Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about A2 Elizabeth, a pretty awesome character, man, a pretty fun character, and not to mention a very, very beautiful looking character. I said it before and I'll say it again, man. Look at those eyes. Look at the way that lady looks at you. It just drives you crazy, man. Oh my God, is she beautiful. But she really is a whole lot more than that, guys. She's actually a pretty solid character. She is a blue balance that increases blue element fighters attack by 70%. So this works on any blue character in the game as far as her core effects. She's got nice little goodies. We don't need to really go over those. I mean, the strike skill increase, the grab skill increase, the critical damage increase, all by 300%. Really, really nice. But this is what's really important about her core is applies Wedge of Light to the target for 7 seconds upon landing in active skill 1. So it's important to use your active skill 1 first, and here's why. Deal starlight damage equal to 5,000% of attack to enemy with Wedge of Light upon landing an active skill. Applies Guidance of Light to all allies, including self, when dealing starlight damage with Wedge of Light effect to the single target 4 times. So you must apply Wedge of Light first in order to get this, and that's from your first skill, and then you have to hit the single target 4 times. The Guidance of Light increases the next finisher and special skill damage by 450%. After applying Guidance of Light, cannot apply another Guidance of Light for 12 seconds. So essentially what you do when you play with the girl is you're going to use 4 skills. You're going to start off with her first skill to apply Wedge of Light. Then you're going to hit her second skill, then her third skill. Her third skill will reset her second skill, and that's 4 skills, and you'll apply the Wedge of Light icon or the Guidance of Light, and you'll get that 450% increase to finisher and special skill damage. This so far, from what I've seen, is really, really great for Shenwu and for herself, but really not so great for other characters, and it's kind of to her detriment, unfortunately. But maybe we'll get more characters in the future where their 3 PGs are going to do most of the damage, and if that's the case, this is going to be a nice little godsend support. And then she's immune to stun, fear, starlight darkness, decreased damage C by 80% when HP is 65% or below, has the immunity core, active skill damage by 350%. And then when you look at her kit, guys, you look at her UE, it just resets active skills, right? And that's unfortunately all I have because she's A2. Her Phantom UE skill is very, very strong because it will increase the next finisher special skill by 300% to all allies. And that's on top of the 450% from her core. And then she decreases finisher and special skill damage coefficient by 500% for 3 seconds. I'm not exactly sure what this means, guys, because again, I don't have her at A5, like I said in the previous video. But it looks like you can your finishers are going to be moving at a much faster rate. Maybe you can use more of them at a time. I'm not really sure, to be perfectly honest with you guys. Active skill 1 is a blast skill. Decrease enemy defenses by 80%. Increase their damage C by 100%. Her next skill is a strike skill. And this is something else about her. Blast, strike, and grab, right? And then she has hyper armor in her second skill. She applies a stun when she lands it for 3.5 seconds. This is only on a 5-second cooldown. And then her third skill does remove Hyper Armor, Super Armor, Shield, which is nice even when guard is included. And then she can reset the second skill from doing the third skill, which is why I told you the rotation earlier, where you just go 2, or you just go 1, 2, 3, 2, and you'll get that Guidance of Light applied, right? Her finisher does reset active skill cooldowns upon use. It's really good whenever you use her finisher. You can just go right back into her active skills, which is nice. When you look at her imprint stones, guys, the same as Shenwu, increase finisher and special skill damage. And when you look at her core, now when it comes to her core, you obviously want to level up your attack, but I really can't tell you what to level up here because I don't have her at A3. I'm not exactly sure what does the most damage, but I can guarantee she will be A3 by the end of this banner because I do have an extra ticket for her, but I need to do a few more pulls, see if I can either get another Shenwu or her before going further because I don't want to waste any tickets. So we'll have to talk about this in a video, but it really sucks to have a character at A2, A1, level 90, because you just don't get the UE break. You don't get none of these buffs, which is pretty unfortunate. Now, when it comes to card set, guys, the same card set as I did before, the transcend stats do not work on her because she's a balance type fighter. They're meant for a attack type fighter. And again, she is not going to get the critical rate, the critical damage. All she's going to get is this up to 180% increased attack upon landing on an active skill, which is unfortunate. Same option cards that I used before. Now, something I will be doing different is I'm going to be using her 5 PG. Now, the thing that sucks about this is, one, it gets interrupted, but only interrupted in guild raid. If you was actually using it in other game modes, it won't get interrupted, and it's a fairly long skill, which is really, really nice. It doesn't really do anything as far as any stats or buffs or anything like that. I do have a card selector, but I'm actually saving it because I might go another pity in the card selector. I'm not really sure yet, to be perfectly honest with you guys. And because of that, I'm kind of reserved on going into it. Thank you so much for the subscription, Mohammed. Thank you so much. But let's move on a little bit further, guys. I still love the animation, guys. Still love this 3PG. Her newest 3PG, I think, is pretty freaking awesome too, by the way. Now, when it comes to plugins, I have no plugins on this character whatsoever because I haven't farmed for any blue characters, right? So she isn't going to have any plugins. Do keep that in mind. She's only at A2. She's only going to have 2 stones on her, and she's using a card set that really doesn't really buff her up a whole lot. Her Infinity is leveled up enough. So let's jump into Gilderay, guys, because Gilderay is where we always like to test these characters, and because she's at A2, I really can't put her anywhere else, to be perfectly honest. Now, we are playing on the LD player, guys. This thing does LD player 9. This thing does tend to lag a little bit. It does tend to drop some frames, so we do lose a little bit of damage. Now, something that I'm doing better in this video than what I did in the Shenmue video is that I am using a full team, so we're getting an extra 10% attack as long as their HP is above 70%. And it's going to stay above 70% because they're UE characters, right? And then we're just going to be using dual lawn for the same buffs that I mentioned last video, the increased attack by 10% and so on. Now, whenever you're playing with the 5PG, you really are trying to use it after Rugal does his explosion or during a time where you know he won't do his explosion. So we're going to start off with the 1. Now, whenever you start with the 1, it isn't a hyper armor skill, so you have to be really, really careful and like either get behind Rugal, dodge, whatever the case may be. But if you're fast, you don't really have to worry about it. We're just going to do that 5PG right now. Now, she's still buffing up this 5PG, right? She's still buffing up. Now, I'm going to dodge, get behind old boy. There we go. And we're going to build it up. We're going to do the default because we still got that buff. Okay. And let's go. Now we're just going to spam her skills. And as you guys can see, she's doing pretty damn good. For an A2 character, I'm honestly pretty impressed with her. Now, if you notice, there's a little icon above the her health bar. It just shows her face. That is the, you know, wedge of light that's being applied, right? Let me get away. Or actually, the guidance light, sorry. All right, that's the guidance light that's being applied. So we'll do the default. Right, we're going to apply the awakened skill. And really, guys, the UE skill really isn't doing anything for her. I just hit it for the fun of it. Alright. And you can see the damage that she does even with this 5PG, even at A2. It's pretty wild. She does a lot. Okay. Do the default. She's going to reset her skills. We're going to dodge behind old boy so he doesn't genocide cutter our butt. And look at that, guys. We broke the meter, which is awesome. Now, I'm not going to do her 5PG because I knew Rugal was do that. I knew he would do that, so I didn't want to use her 5PG and waste it and delay time. The more time we delay, the better, right? So we're going to kind of get behind, right? Try to build up that default. She does build up her BG super fast. We're going to do a little maneuver here. Let's go, let's go, let's go. And she really does travel quite a bit. Oh, nice. Nice. And it is nice that she has an interrupt on that 5PG. Again, guys, I'm always waiting. I'm waiting before I apply it. Okay, now we're going to build it up again. We're going to do the default. Love it, love it, love it. I mean, she's put us pretty damn good numbers. There we go. I'll try to dodge a little bit so that way we, there we go. Try to dodge a little bit so that way we don't get interrupted. Oh, I love our voice acting too, by the way, man. So good. There we go. Nice. We're going to reset our skills. And man, she really does. She really does get nice and close. It's so sweet. Let's go, let's go. She's almost got him broken, guys. She's almost got him broken. We'll do the 5PG. We'll break that meter one more time and see what kind of damage she does. And if I have plugins on her, man, I'm going to have to farm for some plugins. There we go, there we go, there we go. Let's go, let's go. I mean, not bad, guys. Not bad, right? I mean, she's doing 126 billion, right? 126 billion at A2. I'm not using her 3PG. I'm using her regular 5PG. I have no plugins on her. It's a pretty insane score, right? It's a pretty insane score. But if we go on to Lunatic, and I want to go on Lunatic because Lunatic, the meter actually gets broken by using Starlight. So we can actually watch how fast she can actually break a meter. And this is actually my first time even trying this. I thought, you know what, let's just try this on this video, see what happens, right? Let's see how fast she can actually break the meter when you actually apply the correct dot. I'm actually curious about this. Let's go. Okay. And watch, she does a lot of hits on this 3PG or 5PG. Right? All that dots being applied. And keep going. And it's not too bad, man. Not too bad at all. And obviously she's going to do a lot better because, well, I mean, she's, you know, breaking the meter a lot faster. Pretty sweet. Nice, nice, nice. Now, I'm not going to play this whole run. I'm just doing this for a little fun. I know it's not a big deal to, you know, come into Lunatic anymore. We really do need, like, another level, especially with the UE characters. Or I'm going to get behind, oh boy. But, oh yeah. Like, we're just, murdering. For a newer player, this might be pretty quality. And there we go, 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 there we go. Do the default. I hate to do the 3PG. There we go, or 5PG. I'm so used to saying... There we go, let's go. I'm so used to saying 3PG that I forget that, you know, I have a 5PG equipped. But, it's not too bad a shred, not too bad. But I mean, she's down to 84. We probably could have got 90 billion. Maybe with a little bit better gameplay, maybe we got down to 90 billion. And that's pretty insane considering that all she's getting from those card sets is that increased attack by 180%. And I know that's a lot, but she's not getting the critical damage buffs. She's not getting the critical rate buff. She's not getting any of that stuff, right? I mean, it's pretty nuts, guys. Like, she has some pretty damn good damage, like not bad at all, even though she's going to be meant as a support, especially for characters that use their special skills or their 3PGs. That's really what she's going to be meant for, because whenever you level her up and you get her to A5, that's going to be her thing. That's going to be her thing, to get all of these buffs that are just going to be flat ridiculous for characters. And you know, I've seen runs where she's teamed up with Shenwu and she really does make a big difference for him if you have her at A5. However, you know, just like I said in the last video, guys, you can still have fun with them. You can still bring them in all these other game modes. You can still use her in PvP. She's actually really fun in PvP, in all honesty, or any other game mode. You can have a good time with the character. But I'm going to keep doing my pulls in the banner. I'm going to try to get her to A5 because I really do want to see what kind of difference there is between having her at A5 as a support and obviously as a damage dealer compared to what she is right now. And depending on the characters in the future, like, you know, whether or not their 3PGs are really doing the most of the damage. I mean, if they are, then Elizabeth support is going to be very, very good. If Netmarble decides to give us, you know, different 3PGs and different special skills that don't really add a lot of damage to the actual character, then her support buff won't be as good. You know, I told you guys in a previous video that I actually compared her to Kazumi, Shizuru, and it wasn't even close, guys. Those other girls were doing way more. They were adding way more damage to my main damage dealers. However, when it comes to doing 3PGs and special skills, this is your girl. This is the support that you're going to want for those types of characters. And unfortunately, right now, it's only Shenwu and Elizabeth. So depending on the future will depend on how relevant, how good Elizabeth will be. But usually support characters normally are very, very good to have. They usually last the test of time in the game, at least for a long time, before they become irrelevant, until they bring in another support character that offers better passives or better cores. But I personally am really loving her. I think she's really smooth to play. I love the way she looks. Her aesthetics are absolutely gorgeous. So guys, let me know what you think about Elizabeth, and I do stream on Twitch at 9 p.m. GG+7 time. Link is in the description below. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one. See everybody. Take care.